Action.
Hey YouTube, I am about to show you the easiest, simplest way to make the most amazing turkey gravy you've ever had. And I really mean this. This is something near and dear to my heart. Alright, so this is simply all the stuff left over in the roasting pan after our turkey has come over here to sit and rest. And a couple of things I'm going to do that are not strictly conventional, just from time and experience and old ornery age. It's taught me that you can do this and it works out great. Now traditionally you would put this roasting pan over the heat, crank the heat up under it, and work right in this pan. Frankly, I think it's big, it's clunky, it's hard to manage, and I think this is a much easier way to do this. So I'm simply going to take this thing over here to this strainer, and I'm going to get as much of this stuff off the bottom and into this strainer as possible. Now there are some classic French techniques where you would actually use these veggies that have roasted in the bottom. You would use those, puree them, and use the thickened or the pureed vegetables to thicken your gravy. I'm not going to do that. Love gravy, and you do want as much of this stuff as you can get because that's where all your flavor is. There we go. And I just made a mess. Alright, then we're just simply going to push all of this through here. You want the brown bits, you want the juices from the turkey, you want all that caramelized goodness coming off of those vegetables. But you also want a nice silky gravy, right? So this is how you do that. When you see this stuff, that is flavor gold. So I'm going to let this sit and rip. Okay, then over here I have, we'll work on this side then. I have a nice big skillet. I'm going to put it on about medium heat. And I'm going to give it 4 tablespoons or half a stick of butter right in there. Now, you have a couple options for thickening gravy, and frankly, they're both great. It doesn't matter. I am looking for a whisk. Here we go, finally. Actually, you have more than 2 options for thickening gravy. You can use flour, and that's what I'm about to throw in here. And we're going to do just a classic, simple roux, very quickly, which is just equal parts butter and flour. I'm just working the last bit of this goodness out of here. I want as much of that flavor in there as possible. You can also, if you want to, you can mix corn flour or cornstarch with cold liquid. That's another way, and you know, it's just your preference, whatever you find easier. I tend to use both, depending on what I'm working with. I think cornstarch gives a slightly glossier gravy, I think, in my opinion. I could be absolutely wrong. No big deal. Alright, so that's about, it's probably closer to 6 tablespoons of butter, of flour. And this is all you do at this point. You're cooking the flour, sure, but you're really just making sure that the butter and flour are evenly combined, and you'll get a thick paste down here. So that'll take just a minute. I'm just going to sit here and whisk, and we'll be back in a minute and show you what it looks like.
Action.
Alright, so that just kind of came together like that. That's easy. Alright, to that we're going to throw, I don't know, 5 or 6 sprigs of thyme. We're going to turn our heat down, and we're going to add the stuff from that roasting pan. That's where the flavor is. And then we're simply going to add broth or stock, whatever you want. Actually I've done it today, I will make a turkey broth or turkey stock out of the turkey that I roasted today, and I will stick that in the freezer so I will have turkey broth for Thanksgiving to make gravy. I don't have it yet, so I'm just using boxed broth. I'm not going to judge either, don't worry about it. Use what you got, or use what you like. This is 1 quart or 1 box of broth, and we're simply going to add it in small batches like this, and we're going to whisk as we go. Flour doesn't fully thicken until it comes up to a boil, so you're actually keeping the temperature pretty high. If you dump all the broth in there at once, there's a greater chance for lumps. Although, I gotta say, the easiest thing to do if you've got lumps in your gravy, just throw it through that strainer again. I've done it 1,000 times. No problem. The other thing is if you add the broth slowly and whisk as you go, you're probably not gonna get lumps. And this is all there is to it. Told you that was easy. Now, if you want, somewhere in the broth adding stage, if you want to throw half a cup of wine in there, knock yourself out. I like it. I happen to have the roast lemons from inside our turkey, so I'm actually going to finish this gravy with some of the roasted lemon juice. You just want a little bit of something acid. And the roasted lemon juice is one of my favorite things to use. The flavor is just about perfect. All right, add as much broth or stock as you want until the consistency is where you want it. Mine is just about here. I've added almost that entire box of broth. And if your gravy thickens up too much, throw a little more broth in there. Throw some wine, throw a little water. That's all you gotta do. So here is where we taste it. Now remember, our turkey was brined. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is spot on. Our turkey was brined, which means the seasoning, the drippings that came out of the bird while it was roasting, what went into that pot that we've strained, that was gonna be pretty well seasoned already. So you check it. We don't want to add any more salt because that's already just spot on. And once again, the pepper, here we go. We do want, though, some freshly cracked black pepper because that's gorgeous. And, hang on, bud. Whew, that turkey is hot. I'm burning my fingers. Just so I don't get seeds in the gravy. I'm squishing that lemon. That little bit of lemon juice is going to finish that off just right. All right, guys, that really is all there is to that. Give it one final taste. Daggone, that's good gravy. Yeah, that's what we needed. Perfect. Good to go. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching, and if you thought that video was helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if you have a second, hop on over to Patreon and check out how to support my channel even more. Again, thanks for watching.